WXXL HD1, Tavares, Orlando.
Let's go!
10, 9, 8. Oh, screw it. I can't wait. 3, 2, 1.
This went from being something that elevates you to something that is I can't even find the exact word.
I love your guys' morning show. It makes me laugh so hard every morning.
I don't want to request a song or say anything stupid. I just want to say that you guys are the best radio station. No one does more for the community. No one cares about their listeners more.
You guys are the best, and I just want you to keep doing what you're doing because seriously, my commute would suck without you.
Welcome to Johnny's House, XL 1067.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 6:01, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067. Johnny's House Tuesday morning. You know, the routine. It's going to be partly cloudy, 70% chance of rain today. Heat index 109 is what they're going for. And this morning, it's 78.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
How much Margot Robbie's going to make off of Barbie?
Depends on the deal she cut.
I hope she got that back in money.
Well,
I hope she got that back in money.
They say with salary and box office bonuses, plus Margot is one of the producers.
Oh,
smart.
She didn't just star in it. She was one of the producers.
Ooh.
She is going to probably make around $50 million
Nice.
off of this one movie.
50?
$50 million.
That's kind of low.
Okay, so right now it's made $1.18
Yes.
billion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's one of the producers. She's a star. She's got box office bonuses.
The best deal cut was Jack Nicholson, and he played Joker, and he took a small salary, but he said, I want 30% of anything on the back end. And off that Batman, I think he made $350-400 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, as of right now, they're expecting that she's going to make around $50 million.
On the original Star Wars, most of the guys did that too.
Took the back end?
Took a whole bunch of money on the back end. The original, like, old school, like Sir Alec Guinness or whatever, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he took a percent of the back end because he was a trained actor, and he's like, this is rubbish.
Yeah.
But he got paid because of it.
Yeah, obviously, Greta Gerwig should also make bank for directing and co-writing Barbie. So, I mean, they're both going to make so much money.
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, she was supposed to be in it.
She got to be stole back.
I don't think it would have been
I don't
as good.
either.
Or she was supposed to create her own version of Barbie or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have done as well.
I don't either.
I don't know.
Because I love
this
Margot
one was-
Robbie.
Yeah. This one was so
She
good.
added a sense of class to Barbie.
Yes,
You know.
she did.
Yeah.
She did. They did a great job casting her. Tracy Morgan is admitting that he's taking Ozempic injections for
Is he
weight
really?
loss. Yeah. So obviously this is something that is like a weight loss trend in Hollywood and it's going to continue. Ozempic is like the big thing that like a lot of people, if you see them drastically lose weight, they're like automatically, you're using Ozempic. Some people admit it. Some people, you know.
And it's fine, but if you stop, then the weight comes back. Like you're gonna have to maintain at some point in your life.
Yeah, so he said, I went and got an Ozempic prescription and I ain't letting go. He said, I take it every Thursday. It cuts my appetite in half. And then he was joking. He was like, now I only eat half a bag of Doritos.
He last time I saw him, he's in a mobile chair.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, is that from the accident?
Probably. He's probably got hip problems.
Oh,
and
but he
back
got paid, though.
problems.
He
got seriously paid, yeah.
He's like, this is not my shameless secret. He gets it injected in his stomach. And like I said, every so often he goes and gets
I can't
those.
imagine Tracy Morgan caring about anybody knowing anything.
No,
No.
exactly.
Him and I were hanging out in the club. He's walking around barefoot, shirt off, carrying bottles of champagne in each hand.
Sounds like my uncle.
Sounds like a good damn time to
Oh,
me.
he was, dude, that was one of the best 4 days of my life when I got to hang out with Tracy Morgan for 4 straight
People
days.
that don't care. They don't care.
It was great to walk around with someone who really doesn't
Does
give
not
a
care.
damn
Does
and
not
can
care.
afford it.
So I don't know why somebody is like bringing this up, but the most expensive tickets for Bruce Springsteen's show is less than a third as pricey as the cheapest ticket to Taylor Swift.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So they're just like comparing, obviously.
But here's some stuff for you. Back in the day, he was the highest paid
Yeah.
ticket.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was. You couldn't see the boss.
Yeah, so a lot of people are like, is Bruce Springsteen good? But is he like Taylor Swift good? And the folks in Philadelphia don't seem to think so because of obviously the resale are going for as little as $99, but the most expensive is $435. But it just shows you that tickets for concerts are literally all over the place.
Here's the thing with Bruce Springsteen. He's 3 hours nonstop, no break.
Yeah.
No costume change, no nothing. He's just up there singing every song he has.
Yeah, so when Taylor Swift played her sold-out show at the in Philadelphia, They said the nosebleeds were around $1,500 a piece.
But also, he doesn't have all those theatrics. He doesn't have the big screens and he doesn't have all that.
No.
Yeah.
That stuff costs money.
Well, and his fans are way more low key. They're like, look, I'm not paying all this kind of money. Like, we've seen the boss before, and he doesn't want to gouge his fans.
Yeah, that is true. All right, listen, now it's time to call. If you know that key phrase, we're going to hook you up. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Call us this morning if you've been listening commercial free. Olivia Rodrigo and Vampire. This is Johnny's House Tuesday morning, 6:10. The heat is going to be back, but there is a 70% chance of rain today. Heat index 109 this morning. It's 78. We've been going commercial free, and you know what's up. We need to find out who's listening this time of the morning so we can hook them up. XL, good morning. Who's this?
This is Santos.
Santos, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Good, good. Santos, let's see. It sounds to me like you're driving to work. Is that true?
I am.
Driving to work. And I see. What does Santos do? I say you work in some area of construction.
Oh, my gosh. That's what I was going to say. You can't go first every time.
I
Do
know.
construction.
I was actually saying the same thing.
All right, then we'll spin the wheel.
Okay, okay.
All right, Ray, you say construction?
Yeah.
Brian?
I was going to say construction as well.
Maurice?
I was too.
Santos, what do you do?
I'm a union iron worker, so construction.
Yeah!
Nailed it.
How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Early morning.
And so what kind of work are you doing today?
I'm building the new terminals out at the airport.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, sir.
Now, you say you're part of the union. Now, does the union take care of you?
Oh, yeah, man. We get pension, annuity.
What?
I mean, great benefits. I mean, you can't beat it.
I know. Brian and I were talking about starting a radio union, but we'd be the only two people in it.
Man, we need it though. We
Oh, my goodness,
we
do
just
we
get
need
beat
it.
down.
Yeah, you
Wow.
definitely do.
Man. So how long have you been working is it the steel industry, would you say?
Yeah, still industry.
How long
7 years.
and how did you get started doing that?
I'm originally from Boston, Mass, and we're pretty union strong up there. And I came down here, and I was just looking for work, something that paid, and I mean, I get paid really well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no. I know steel workers, and especially being a part of a union.
And you get a pension, man. That word doesn't exist anymore.
That's great. Not unless you're a first responder or something.
Yeah.
Dang.
And how long do you have to work to get
for
your
real.
how long you got to work to get your pension?
You got to be I did an apprenticeship, so I did
Yes.
3.5 years.
Yes.
So after that, I was able to start earning my pension.
Wow.
Nice. Man.
I tell
You
you.
want to teach my son how to do steel work?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go, man. Good money.
It is good money. I know. Anybody that works in that industry, I have some friends in Charlotte that work in the steel industry. It's hard work, but they get paid.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't
That
easy
it
work.
is, especially in the heat.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
yeah.
this heat right now, oh man.
Yeah, but you get that check, you're like, damn, man, it's a little cooler now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a little cooler. Let's go get some Jeremiah's.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Chill. Plus, I got a pension.
Yeah, I got a pension. All right, Santos, what is the key phrase?
Shut up and give me my prize.
You got it, bro. We're going to hook you up with a pair of tickets to the Wawa 250 Daytona International Speedway Friday, August 25th. You are going. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Hey, we appreciate you listening to us. You hold on. We get some information, okay?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man. They're in a union. Dang. I knew some guys, the elevator workers that donate all these bikes. They're in a union.
Yeah.
And they talk about how good
My
it is.
friend works for a union. He loves it.
My friend's in UPS. He's in the union.
Ray, you want to start our union? Join Brian in our union?
I will.
Hey, you're HR. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maurice, you want to start it?
Absolutely.
All right, so we got to take it outside the room now.
Let's do it.
We got to
go.
recruit up and down the hall.
Yeah.
Come on.
Until somebody say no, and then everybody jump off.
They'll fire all of us.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. The industry in a whole. I heard y'all got a little problem going down in Orlando.
Maybe you ain't heard of AI.
Hi, this is Johnny. I know I sound a little different now.
They done developed your voice. It's in the back. Don't worry.
I know they
We're just waiting to hit that switch.
Update you on us coming up next on Johnny's House. 6:23 is Tuesday morning and Johnny's house. Thank you for listening to us and getting your day started. It's going to be partly cloudy. 109 is what it's going to feel like with the heat index. And right now it is 78 with a 70% chance of rain. All right, still trying to get that school schedule down. I have to get to that school 40 minutes. 40 minutes before school starts.
That sounds about right.
How long is the last class? Is it?
They're all the same.
It's about an hour?
Yeah.
So I'm there.
Yeah.
So now I found that wiggle room. It's 40 minutes, and I just sit there on my phone. There's other cars. There's already 100 cars there. And I sit there and wait on them, pick them up. And we pretty much were talking about school. He's digging it. He's challenged by the teachers that challenge him, which I'm thinking is really cool. We got a couple friends that he hangs out with. His thing is he won't eat in the cafeteria, though. And I'm like, why won't you eat?
Really?
Yeah. He goes, I said, son, okay, middle school's food might suck, but this is high school. I'm sure it's different. Don't they have little, He's like, nah, I just don't want to. I said, it's free. And if it wasn't free, you got money in the account that's been there for 3 years.
Is it more of like,
I don't know. He's a bigger kid, and I'm like, are you ashamed of eating it? No. He's like, where would you get that from? I'm like, well, why don't you just pack a lunch then? Because when I pick him up.
Is it more of a social thing that he's worried about?
I ask what he does for lunch. He sits there with his friends. I'm like, they eat lunch? He goes, yeah, some of them do. We just sit there and talk, and then I go to class. I'm like, okay.
That was the first thing I thought of too, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I remember in high school I would be kind of afraid to go into the lunchroom because a lot of the cool kids were there.
Oh yeah. No, I get that. That was the first thing. No, I'm sitting because I'm I don't want to envision my child sitting there by himself.
Of
He's like,
course.
no, I was like, well, who was all? And he mentioned his friends, and we just sit there, and after 35 minutes, he leaves.
Yeah.
So we talked about that because when he gets to my house, I'm starving. Like, look, man, they got food there.
Yeah, my son didn't really eat at school either.
Really?
Nah, 'cause he's too busy hanging out.
Yeah. That was about it. Ray, how about yours?
It was good. I had to do some work and edit some videos for my friend that's been doing my facials. She's been doing like this whole like journey, and she did before and after pictures. So I was like creating some content for her because she's just really good at what she does.
Okay.
So I did that, and then put some furniture together for about 4 hours.
Oh.
But you know
You have
what?
an electric screwdriver. I'm telling you that takes about 45
I will
minutes
tell
off
you,
time.
whoever Alan is or whoever
The
created
Allen
the
wrench?
Allen wrench,
Yeah.
I'm going to F him up because my fingers hurt so bad. But my dad was like, there's an attachment to put on your screwdriver. I was like,
Yeah, there is. I have a little kit that has like every size in it. You just stick it in. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That'll take, if you get an electric screwdriver and that attachment.
2 seconds.
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Instead of like,
yeah.
my fingers hurt so bad.
Even at Walmart, you can get like a little kit that comes in a box that has like a ratchet one that's not electric, but it turns on its own, and you can knock out stuff in a half the time.
I felt like Ben Stiller yesterday when Billy Madison. He's like, my fingers hurt.
Yes.
That's like how he felt.
Absolutely. B, how about you, man?
It's cool. Got stuck doing some stuff around here, and then I was on my way out the door, and my phone dinged, and like, hey, can you fix this? I'm like, like the elevator was opening, and it was one of those, do I go back? But then I'm like, I came back and fixed it. So I did that, and then I had some video work I had to do, and then my wife and I cooked dinner on the Blackstone griddle.
Oh, yeah.
Using the built-in air fryer last night.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't perfected the built-in air fryer yet. It's not the same as a regular air fryer. I gotta
Does it not get as hot?
I mean, it does, but like you have to get used to like it's got like kind of like bends, kind of like at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's not like before where we put everything out on a tray.
Yeah.
So I got to get used to that.
Okay.
But yeah, we griddled up some, and we used our butter roller to make some nice like Gouda bacon apple grilled cheeses.
They look so good.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
And then I had to clean up the mess, obviously, but whatever.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that because that will slide in some pounds on you.
Yeah.
Because the food is so good.
Oh yeah, and with the butter roller.
Oh yeah.
Man, there's butter for days.
Butter just smiling. Roll me, baby, roll me.
We used a whole stick of butter. I made my sandwich and then rolled it again.
Oh God. Brian's Audrey's like, help us, help.
Nah, I figured butter just greasing up the joints, man.
Now these.
So I was, I hung out of here a little bit, did some content, and then I also did more content at the house, which I thought it was funny because I did it in my backyard. Well, it's like we're all attached, so it's like a shared backyard area. And it's just like me with my tripod set up, and I'm just like, hey, this is Nerese.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my neighbors must think I'm just
I've done
this
that in my
millennial.
backyard. I don't care. And we're going to talk about neighbors.
Course.
My neighbors don't care about me. I don't care about them.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about neighbors coming up.
And then I went to my friend's house, did a lot of music practice yesterday. So we were talking about setting up the next gig. So.
Oh, really? Oh, very
Yeah.
good. Very good. When we come back, I want to talk about neighbors and the relationship that you do or do not have with yours. That's a discussion coming up next on Johnny's House. 6:37. It is Tuesday morning, hot, humid, and we were talking about this off the air. Brian, you saw a thing where it's not going to get under the 100 until when?
The heat index won't be under 100 until, I think, the 24th, and then it's 97.
And then they said the heat wave that we have won't stop. We won't see cool temperatures until October, the middle of October. So, damn.
It's going to be hot.
Again today. I don't know what it is about this summer. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, because it's kind of rough. It is kind of rough. Heat index of 100 and 109, 70% chance of rain. It is 78 right now. The reason you say you were filming some stuff out in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you were thinking about your neighbors?
Yeah. Well, it's a combination of a few things that happened. So yesterday, you know me, I'm just recording myself like a millennial, and I can just hear my neighbors like outside their balcony, like kind of working.
Yeah.
And they can hear, because it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So they can hear me like, all right, take two. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nerese, you know, and I'm just like, and I could just hear that they stopped talking or stopped typing, and they're like listening to me, but I don't really have a relationship. And something that I noticed with my friend who plays the guitar when I was doing music practice, when we were doing a few things, like we decided to practice outside in the backyard, and we're doing the song, and his neighbor's like, hey Ben, what song is that? And I'm just like, I was like, are you guys cool like that? He's like, yeah. I was like, wow, that's so nice to know that you and your neighbors are just like,
yeah.
I wish I could have that, but
How long have you lived there?
just over a year.
Okay, so and do you know your neighbors?
In passing, like if I'm if I'm walking in my car and they are too, like it's gotten to that point where it's like, hey neighbor, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'll hear a little chat there and here and there, but nothing like, let's go hang out, let's go get wine. And
when I moved here, I lived in Lake Mary, and it was crazy. I had a neighbor who lived underneath me, him and his girlfriend, and we were like friends. I mean, like friends would come over. Hey man, you want to come down and have a? He would be on his balcony downstairs, yell up, hey man, you want to come down and have a beer? Blah blah blah.
Oh,
Since then, I ain't had no relationships with neighbors at all. Now, my house that burned down, my neighbors were really, really cool. There was one across the street from me, one from the side of me. They were cool. Even when my house burned down, they took Alex in while things were happening and brought me clothes and everything. My neighborhood now, man, I try. I wave at people, but I don't live in the kind of neighborhood where people get together and have barbecues and connect. It's just not like that.
My mom's neighborhood is like that. Like we literally call them like our Brazilian family, because every time they're barbecuing, it's like everybody go outside, let's go. I love that.
I have no relationship. There's one person, Jim Robinson, who used to work here years ago. He owns Promo Only. He's about 5 doors down, and I see him every night. If he has a party, he'll call me and I'll walk up, or if I'm driving by, I'll stop and talk to him. But that's it. Anybody else? They look at me like they hear me talking about it on the radio.
Yeah.
They make a point. They're like, it is what
Better
it
say
is.
hi to Johnny now.
Now, Ray, how about you? You just moved into your neighborhood.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously in Avalon there was like a close, very tight community.
Absolutely.
So that's like the way that you're describing the barbecues. That's how Avalon is. But like the neighborhood that I'm in now, I kind of just like wave to my neighbors and stuff. I think they know that I'm a renter, and like they probably don't want to get to know me. But yeah, so I don't know. I remember growing up though, my neighbors, we were like best friends.
Of course.
We would have walkie-talkies and we would walkie-talkie to each other like from our houses.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
The neighborhood I grew up in, this is crazy. This is the whole thing, like the kids used to drive buses. If you were acting up in somebody else's house, they could pop you.
Oh, yeah.
And then send you home. And your mom say, what did you do that Miss Brown had to pop you? And then you tell her, and then they pop you too.
Oh, my gosh.
They believed in the whole village to raise a child.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you could beat somebody's kid.
I know. We were the house that had the trampoline, so the kids loved our house. And then my neighbor had the pool, so we loved his house because he had the pool. So it was like we were always back and forth.
See, now if I had a trampoline, it's like, no, too much liability. They can't come over here.
Yeah, nowadays.
Sign that waiver.
You see, back then, if you get hurt on the trampoline, your parents would take you to the hospital because you got hurt. Now it's like they better have some insurance.
Yeah.
Got to sign that waiver.
Now, B, you've been in your neighborhood for about, 3 years now?
3 years,
3 years now?
Yeah.
You're pretty cool with your neighbors.
We have actual friends that live in the neighborhood that we're friends with. Like, even if we're not, we don't see each other much as neighbors because we're on opposite sides of the neighborhood. My direct neighbor, We see her every now and then, but she's wild. Like, we can't hang out together because we end up at Tony's until, 2 in the morning hammered because she's...
They want to go home.
And she'll yell over the fence.
Yeah.
Let's get drinks. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
I like a neighbor like that.
Sometimes I try to sneak so she don't see me, because if she sees me and then she wants to hang out, then it's on. But she's not around a lot. She's on the go a lot. So because she has a motorcycle, she cruises with her friends. So she's very rarely around. When she's around, she wants to hang.
She wants to know, I'm here, let's hang out.
But then my 2 across the street neighbors, we're on, hey, how's it going basis.
Yeah.
Hey,
everybody's cool, they smile, hey, how you doing? But no one takes that second to walk across the street to say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. I've tried that once. I saw a guy, he was taking his trash out at the same time. I did too. I looked over at him, and he turned around. I was like, you know what? No, hey, I was going to, but you didn't, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I hate that, but that's just how it is now. I want to find out from you, what's your relationship with your neighbors? Are you one of those, you know all of them, you get together, you have barbecues, or you one that's like, everybody's cordial, but you really don't know them? I had a neighbor whose dog got out. I didn't know him, and I thought, do I take his dog in my house? I don't know him, and I see his little dog. So I just kept looking at the dog out the window.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know what to do. I just wanted the dog to be safe, but... And I'm like, okay, he came home, and then I relaxed, I want to find out from you the kind of relationship you have with your neighbors. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You can text the XL Mobile is 41067. Social media live stream, you can tell us we want to hear about your neighbors. Good, family-like thing, or you just don't even know each other at all. Share it with us right now. This is Johnny's House. Johnny's House, it is 6:53. That's Rima and Selena Gomez and Calm Down on Johnny's House. Tuesday morning, 109 is what it's going to feel like with the heat index. There is a 70% chance of rain. And this morning, as you prepare to go to work or school, it is 78 right now. Talk about relationships that you have with your neighbors. Are you like friends and family, or you just happen to just live in the same neighborhood and you wave when you have to? Hey, Evan.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Johnny?
I'm doing good, Mr. Evan. Tell me about your neighbors, man.
All right. All of them are great. Like, we all get together, we share food, and when there's extra food, they're like, hey, we got some extra rice, whatever. During hurricanes, we help each other out. One neighbor has, like, all the power tools. We bring the plywood over there, we cut it, put it on the board. And as a matter of fact, a couple years ago, when the hurricanes came through, one of the plywood fell off. So me, my dad, and another neighbor went to go help out the neighbor just to put the board back on their window.
Wow.
So nothing went fly through it.
Yeah.
And
that's a good neighborhood.
Yeah, it is. Excuse me?
That's a good neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad to grow up. And
Yeah.
my other neighbor picked me up from the hospital 2 months ago when I was sick. So we're all very close.
Yeah.
It's like each other's emergency contact.
Yeah, I try to, like I said, the neighborhood I lived in before, the one that got burned down, I had that kind of relationship. I had a neighbor, was an elderly couple. The storm hit their house, and me and Alex went over and just started moving stuff out of their yard and branches and debris. Now if that happens, they look at me, I look at them. I hate it. That's just how it is. I don't want to be that way. That's just how it is, man. All right.
I always throw out my helping hand. If they need it, I'm there.
Well, good, man. You live in a good neighborhood, Evan. Thank you for sharing that, bro.
No problem. Have a great day, guys.
You too. Yeah, man. Robert, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, tell me about your neighborhood.
Well, my neighborhood is pretty good. It's my neighbors that I love the most. They're very helpful, and they're like real family oriented. So I kind of consider them as family. So basically, what happened is, so they just put up new vinyl fences around my property. I'm a corner lot.
Okay.
So I got a neighbor behind me, and I got a neighbor next to me.
Yeah.
The neighbors next to me, they're not a bunch, but it's two old couples.
Mm-hmm.
And they're real cool from up north. What we ended up doing was actually putting gates in between my property and their property, as well as the neighbors behind me. So every time that we just kind of like hang out, we can just go ahead and just, utilize the gates instead of having to walk all the way around.
Wow. Your neighbor's so close, you put a gate so you can hang out? Wow.
Nope.
Brian is shaking his head.
Yes,
Absolutely not.
I'm jealous. Brian said no.
Sir. But we don't like, there's still boundaries, you know what I'm saying? We still call each other and be like, hey, I'm going to access the gate, or, I'm coming over, going to use the gate, blah, blah, blah.
And that's the thing, you respect the boundary. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And so, we just, hey,
Good
where
for
we
you,
hanging
man.
out at? My house, your house, or their house, whatever.
Good for
And
you.
so like that.
Man, I put up a gate. What's that gate for?
Mi casa es tu casa.
Yeah. Nope. All right, Robert, thanks, man.
No problem.
Ray, what they say? There you go.
Somebody lives next door to their in-laws, so it's a pretty good relationship, I guess.
It better be.
Or a bad one.
Yeah, really.
Katrina said, to be honest, I could be a better neighbor, so
Okay.
they're blaming themselves.
Okay, good.
On one side, they're great. On the other side, I wish those jerks would move.
That's usually how it works. There's always somebody in the neighborhood.
Brian.
XL Mobile, powered by attorney Dan Newland. Interact. Need a check? Call Dan Newland. Someone named Jackie texts in. She said their neighbor is a retired principal, celebrates every holiday, remembers every birthday. They love it, like part of the
Yes.
family.
I like that.
And then someone said, I've been in my house 5 years. I have not talked to one neighbor.
Damn.
Wow.
In 5 years.
I'm kind of like that. And Maurice, what are they saying on the live stream?
This is funny. Miss Gina said, I have a restraining order against one of my
Whoa!
neighbors.
What a chicken dinner!
Puppy Jose, he said, both my neighbors are amazing. The one on the left helped me rebuild parts of my homes.
Yeah.
Renters trash. And then the other to my other left shares fresh eggs with me, and we swap plants and seeds. That's pretty cool.
Man, you got some people like neighbors or family. They got a restraining order.
Yep.
My gosh.
Celebrity news, Ray. What's going on, girl?
All right, Michael Orr suing his Blindside family.
Mm-hmm. This is a crazy story if you ain't heard it. Updates next. Johnny's house.
WXXL HD1, Tavares, Orlando.
What's up, everybody? This is Justin Bieber.
This is Dua Lipa.
Hey, it's Lil Nas X.
1067 Orlando. Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Okay, so if you ever seen The Blind Side, which is one of my favorite movies, actually, but now, like, when you hear the more...
Didn't Sandra Bullock win an Academy Award?
Yes.
She did, yeah.
When you hear the real story that it's based off of, it's kind of questionable. So Michael Orr, the retired NFL player whose life story was about The Blind Side, he's suing the family that took him in, claiming that they used him. So other claims
he said they never adopted him.
Yes.
So he
he's
signed
that
something he thought was adoption, but it was a conservatorship.
Yes. So he found out that Sean and Leanne Tui, they never adopted him. They claimed that they did. They tricked him into signing documents, making them his conservators. So as conservators, Orr claims that they basically used him, used his rights to his name, his image, his likeness, and they deprived him of doing that for himself. So the conservatorship gave them the authority to handle all his financial and legal affairs. So if they'd adopted him, he would have retained those rights.
Yeah.
So that's where it's kind of like, oh, they knew what they were doing if they did a conservatorship instead of adopted them.
He's always said when he played in the NFL, he goes, the story ain't exactly.
Well, and the story's not. He was a high school All-American before they met him.
Yes.
Like he was
But
going.
the story had him walking on the streets.
Yes.
But he didn't. Well, he was homeless. He was bouncing between foster homes, and his grades were he had a .07 GPA. Like he had less than an F GPA. So those things they did help him with. The football part of it they did not. He was going to be a football player. He just might not have been able to get into college without their help.
Everybody's question now is why now?
Yeah, so, the sad thing is that the Tui family, has made millions off of that movie, along with their 2 kids, but Michael Orr claims that he got nothing.
Well, they were worth $50 million when they met him. They made about $6 million total off that movie. So they were fine. And he's made a bunch of money. So that's like what Johnny said, what's going on now?
What's happening now?
And he's had the best agents and lawyers for the last 20 years since he got drafted into the NFL, which, by the way, they were on stage with him when he got drafted.
Well, the crazy thing is
how did nobody catch this until last week?
What is it
He
now?
still has a conservatorship. But right now he's asking the court to terminate that conservatorship and force the Tuies to forfeit all the money that they basically made off of his name and his story.
But that's what's crazy is he's been signing endorsement deals where you sell your own likeness for years. So how did he do that if they haven't spoken yet? So I don't know what their side is. Something went sideways.
Yeah, I
because it's 2 rich people arguing over in the grand scheme for them a small amount of money.
I think for them they do have the conservatorship, and the only thing they capitalized was from that movie.
Yeah.
But technically, they could have capitalized on everything.
Everything. They could have.
They could have.
And where's his agent and lawyer that didn't catch this? Like literally the day he got drafted, I would have been like, hey, we gotta cancel this. You know what I mean?
But he basically said that he hates that movie. He's like, I hate The Blind Side because it makes him look stupid.
It did make him look dumb and unathletic. Yeah.
Yes, he's a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit. Is what he's saying the Tuies did.
You understand, as a NFL player and as a college player in the locker room, that's where the jokes fly.
Oh yeah.
So you can imagine. Will you teach me how to play?
Oh, dude. In college, the movie wasn't out yet,
so
they didn't know. But in the NFL,
NFL,
I guarantee you when he walked in the locker room, they called him Blindside.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But, I mean, they were both worth so much money. That's why there's such a weird dynamic. The Tui guy, Sean Tui, is a basketball legend at Ole Miss. Like, he's on the All-Century team. He doesn't need the clout. So why did this go sideways?
Sean Tui is basically denying that the family made any money off of the movie. So, or that they've ever tried to exploit Michael. So he's coming out trying to save face.
Something happened where they couldn't keep it in house. Something occurred.
Something went sideways.
Discussion.
Up until even less than a year ago, they were photographed together on the sideline of one of his games.
Yeah,
so something went sideways.
Yeah.
It's questionable. Also, The Golden Bachelor. I'm very excited about this. This is the older people with the Bachelor, Bachelorette.
The Villages on TV.
Oh my gosh, I love me some old people, so I cannot wait.
They're gonna go to that and let's see what he's doing.
Yeah. So there's a guy named Gary Turner. He says there's going to be like overnight dates during his season. So he's very excited about that. He said, I think there's a lot of steps that I and my potential partner would need to go through to get that, to make it like a comfortable situation. But he's talking about how, his wife, Tony, died in 2017. They were married for 43 years.
Oh, wow.
So he decided to do this. He's 71, and he's like, I believe that I'll find my person again. And I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I can't wait to see the lineup of the ladies.
I know.
Yeah, we're going to get together. Hold on, let me pop this blue pill.
Oh. I just love this so
Girl, we're going
much.
to do some things. Hold on 1 second, about an hour and 20, hour and 30.
No, now they got mints. You can take them all day long. So you're always ready.
Are you serious?
I see that on Facebook. It popped up.
Your breath is so minty. Yes, it is, baby.
I just can't wait to hear the ridiculous things that they say, because older people don't give a crap what they say.
Hey, so what do you like? I like this. So what do you like? You just asked me that.
Yeah.
Oh. My
Sorry,
bad.
I can't hear you.
What? I might watch it. I might even audition for it.
Oh, stop it.
I'm joking. I kid. Hey, when I come back, let's find out who's smarter than your hood on Johnny's House. .709 Johnny's House, hot, humid, 70% chance of rain today. Heat index about 109, 78 this morning as you're out and about. All right, it is time to play Smarter Than Your Hood. And what we do is we ask you questions from way back in the day. No, that's the throwback game.
Yep.
Smarter Than Your Hood is we get cities to compete to find out which city is the smartest. We're going to hook somebody up with a pair of tickets to SeaWorld Orlando to check out the Craft Beer Festival happening weekends now through Labor Day. Now, what we're going to do is give you an example on how we play, and everybody's going to yell out where they're from, so that way you guys get an example. Here's the thing. We did this before, and the phone line was lit up, and then once we started playing, people started hanging up like, oh, wait a minute.
Scared.
I don't know that, man. So
today's third grade level, by the way.
Third grade. And Ray, you got to answer. Ray's been winning because she doesn't answer the
because
question.
you guys, I just watch you guys fall apart, and I win by default.
That's her strategy.
Exactly.
That's strategery, Ray.
Yes, it is.
Now, if you want to play, pair of tickets to SeaWorld Orlando, and the way it works in the room, you yell out where you're from, what you represent, and we'll go from there. Brian, these very simple questions.
Yeah, this is third grade trivia, easy level. What is the square root of 64?
Windermere, 32.
No.
Okay.
The square root?
I know it's 16.
No.
Boca.
You don't get to answer. Did you just join this game?
I did.
No.
It's only one person.
All
and
at
then,
a time, so I got a -1.
So Johnny's -1.
All right.
The answer's 8.
I knew I was going to get there eventually.
If you keep breaking it down, you would have eventually got there. All right. Finish the title of this famous book. Green Eggs and...
Windermere.
Boca.
I don't even know what my city is. I'm like, what do I?
Johnny got it first.
Ham.
Ham is correct. You're back to 0,
I got that
sir.
0.
Wow.
Oh, you're going to College Park, aren't you?
I don't know. I was gonna say Winter Park. I live in Winter Park.
yeah.
I'll do
Oh, it's
Winter Park.
Winter Park?
I'll
Okay.
do
All
Winter
right.
Park.
What is the capital city of the UK?
Boca.
Okay.
London.
That's correct.
Good job.
You can't
I
answer.
love
You
how she
can't
answers
answer
the
the
question.
London. London.
Is somebody keeping track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
She's winning right now.
One.
Okay.
Yeah, I got back up to 0.
Johnny got back to 0, but she's winning with 1. All right. Let's see.
Third grade.
Yeah, third grade. How many states are there?
Boca.
I was going.
College, where do
Wait,
I
does
live?
Puerto Rico count? 50.
Answer your question. How many states are
50.
there? 50 is correct.
Yeah.
Good job.
But she asked a question first. You can't go to Puerto Rico
Yeah,
count.
that's true.
I take
mean,
away
I guess
that
I could
It
have
should be
examples of
52
this.
because, PR should be its own state, and then Florida should be split in 2.
There you go. Tell your jokes. Okay. All right.
Brian.
You just lost 2 points for that.
No.
We're all dumber for having heard it. I award you no points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
All right.
Round 463 to the nearest hundredth.
Windermere, 400.
No.
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 To the nearest 100, you have to go up. It's 463. It'd be 500.
Johnny, I think we're doing
Let me hear
great.
that again. What was that
the
question?
nearest hundred.
Right, round 463 to the nearest 100. It's over halfway, so you have to go up, not down.
Okay, I was dyslexic in the hearing. I heard 432. I'm not joking. Damn, that's -1 again, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
one more and then
Do
we'll
it
play the
again.
game.
Yep.
Windermere.
Go ahead.
8.
That's
Oh,
correct.
that's correct, actually. That was correct for the first one.
How many grams in a kilogram?
Oh, I'm so terrible.
Ray,
at
you know
this.
that. What is?
No, I don't know
That's
this
that
one,
drug weight.
actually.
Yeah, go back to your drug roots, Ray. What would the scale say?
Well, that's an 8 ball.
What is it again? What's the question?
How many grams in 10 kilograms?
No, I'm so
Go ahead.
terrible.
Okay.
Yeah,
at
Is
we're
that
all
all you
out of
got?
that
I
one.
don't know. What is it?
100.
Okay, now you just lost.
Yeah, because you yelled.
I said Boca. I said Boca.
Well, yeah,
I
no,
did.
well, then you still lost because it's 10,000.
Did Ray win again?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think she may have.
See? That's what I'm saying.
407 919 1067 877 919 1067. Pair of tickets, SeaWorld Orlando up for grabs. All you got to do is call in and represent your city. Smarter than your hood. Let's play. Again, they all hung up.
It's third grade, you guys.
Coming up, Johnny's house.
XL 1067 wants to send you to the iHeartRadio 2023 Music Festival. September in Vegas. Listen to XL weekdays for our keyword at 9 a.m., 1, and 5 p.m. for your chance to win tickets, airfare, hotel, and $1,000 spending money to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Sponsored by Maison.
This report is sponsored by Wawa.
Over $1 billion recovered for accident victims. So you know who to call. In a wreck, need a check. Attorney Dan Newland. Check out newlandlaw.com. You can get a free case review. You can chat with an actual attorney, get real stories from real clients with real results. In a wreck, need a check, just call Attorney Dan Newland.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Today, it will rain. Or maybe not. Let's be honest, we have no idea. XL weather.
Tell Alexa to play XL 106.7 on iHeartRadio.
Take us wherever you go. XL 1067, Orlando's #1 hit music station.
in the deep, Adele. She's still doing her residency in Vegas. I know some people that when they said she puts on an amazing show. We didn't think it was, in the beginning, we didn't think it was going to happen.
I know. It didn't for a while.
She canceled that thing. She had people sitting in the seats.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, she's still doing her residency in Vegas. Adele on Johnny's House, 724, heat index of 109, 70% chance of rain is 78 right now. It's time to play Smarter Than Your Hood, where we get two cities to compete to find out who is the smartest by asking questions today from, the third grade?
It is third grade trivia, easy level.
Easy level. And,
unless it's you guys, in which case it's apparently Harvard entrance exam.
Do we know these, really know these answers, or are they jokes on the radio? I told Brian during the break, my kid now listen to the show, he just texted me, wow, Dad.
So disappointed.
Like, really, man, seriously? You gonna try to tell me anything? Come on now. Got a pair of tickets to SeaWorld Orlando to check out the Craft Beer Festival happening weekends now through Labor Day. But first, got to meet our contestants from that huge city of Orlando, Florida. Cedric, what's going on, Cedric?
Good morning. What's going on, guys?
All right, Cedric, how long have you lived in Orlando?
All my life.
All right, and where we going to hang out if we're hanging out with you? Can't go downtown because they're shutting that thing down, or they got scaffolds in the way. One or the other.
Story. Truth be told, man, I hang out on the outskirts of Orlando, so
that's okay.
We go like downtown Winter Garden.
Okay, that's a spot.
Claremont,
that's a
like
spot.
That.
That's what's up.
Or you go down to Point Orlando or something.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Downtown Orlando don't want you to come downtown.
Mills 50 is nice.
I think they got buses downtown to take you to Winter Garden, to downtown Orlando. All right, let's see, Brian, you connect that to line 3. You're going up against Wendy. Hey, Wendy, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
And you're representing what?
Dr. Phillips.
DP. I used to live in Dr. Phillips, like that area. So we're going to hang out with you. Where are you going to take us?
Down to Restaurant Row.
Restaurant Row. Make sure we get a bite to eat. All right. The way it works is Brian's going to ask a question. You can answer by yelling out your city. Okay, you get it right, you get a point. You get it wrong, you take away a point. But the last one is either for a tie or a tiebreaker. But we got to get a gauge on what you sound like. So on the count of 3, yell out your cities. 1, 2, 3.
Orlando.
DP.
All right, DP, a little faster. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3.
Orlando.
All right, here we go. All right, here's the question again. Don't yell out the answer. Yell out the city, and we'll give you an opportunity to answer. The question is, what famous painting was created by Leonardo da Vinci?
Orlando.
All right, Cedric.
The Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa is correct. You get the point. Now, Reese.
How many degrees are in a circle?
Orlando.
DP.
Cedric once again.
360.
That is correct.
Wow.
All right, and Brian.
Look at the big brain on Cedric.
Big brain.
All right. How long does the Earth take to orbit the sun?
Orlando.
Cedric.
365 days.
Correct. 1 year.
1 year.
There you go.
All right, this is where the game gets tricky. Cedric, if you win, if you get it right, you win automatically. All right. Wendy, if you get it wrong, you lose. But Wendy, if you get it right, it goes to a tiebreaker.
3-point question.
Wendy, are you there? Hello, Wendy? Hello?
Yeah.
I know you hadn't been answering any of those questions.
She's
Just wanted to be there.
she's playing my
This is
way.
race strategy. It's the rope-a-dope.
Yeah, it is.
Let them beat me up, and then I'm going to come out and win.
And Cedric, if you answer it and get it wrong, it goes to a tie. So are we ready? Here we go. And Miss Ray.
Okay. How many distinct branches are the federal government composed of?
Orlando.
DP.
Cedric.
3.
3 is correct.
Yeah.
It was a landslide blowout.
Do you know them? Cedric, do you know them?
Wow.
Wendy, what happened?
He was fast.
He was fast. He was fast as lightning.
I like that. Wendy said, I knew it, but he was just fast.
He was quick.
Great job, Cedric.
Great job, Cedric. Congratulations. Got a pair of tickets to SeaWorld Orlando to check out the Craft Beer Festival happening weekends now through Labor Day. Good job, Cedric.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's like, this question was easy. Y'all just dumb.
I mean, it's third grade.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second. He's just fast. That's what's happening. All right, we come back. We're going to take you back and talk about some things. Do you remember from back in the day? We'll have a list, let you come up with one, and we'll do that next on Johnny's House. Orlando's #1 hit music station. You are listening to XL 106.7, and we are Johnny's house. And it's Tuesday morning. 70% chance of rain. Is going to rain today, otherwise partly cloudy. Heat index of 109, 78 right now. And Brian, you're following the Instagram account. It was what? Well, we can't say what it's really called.
Yeah, it just popped up as one I would like yesterday, and I followed it, and I do actually like it. So the account is I Remember That ish. And it's basically just anything from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and people are posting, and they post like old commercials, old toys, old cartoons, anything at all from back in the day that when they see it, it makes you go, oh, I remember that.
I remember that.
Ish.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a clip from Pee Wee Herman. They got an old McDonald's commercial, the old Super Soaker commercial.
I love that.
Man.
So pretty much anything.
And I was thinking about that, and here's some things. I mean, I'm a little bit about 2 years older than y'all.
A couple years, yeah.
I'm going to go back a little further than that. And I remember when we used to do prank phone calls.
Yeah.
Not only on the radio, but also in real life. If you were a latchkey kid, that was a kid that was left alone. All you had was a phone, and you had to entertain your doorbell and run. I think y'all call
doorbell
it
ditch
or ding dong
ditch. We called it. Yeah.
You do that now, you gonna get shot.
I broke my pinky doing that.
Really?
Yeah, it was instant karma. Rang the doorbell, ran, tripped over the curb, and broke my fingers.
How many were you that did it? You didn't do
there
that
was like 4 of us.
4 of
yeah.
you. Yeah, you do that now, you're going to get shot. Or the Ring camera's going to pick you up, and you're going to get arrested. Let's see. Another one is pay dial-up. See, y'all don't know that. When you wanted to get on the internet, you had it went.
Yeah.
I remember that sound.
Beep. And if your mama picked up the phone, boom, y'all.
Yeah. And AOL was by the minute.
By the minute.
They charged you by the minute.
And I used to go to Circuit City because at the beginning they had these, 90 minutes for free?
They would at the end of it was 1,000 hours for free. They wanted you to get this disc.
Oh, yeah, so you get this disc.
Yeah.
Brian, what is it you remember? I remember that ish.
Yeah. Well, for me, I still play it today. I found a website that has like the simulator of the old version. Oregon Trail back in the day. You used to go to computer lab and play Oregon Trail.
What was that your mom used to play?
She played Farmville.
Farmville.
I didn't know what it was at first, and she would be talking about, can you help me build a barn? I'm like, the hell are we building a barn? We ain't got no animals.
Right, like, I remember my mom asking me for some nails. I'm like, we need some. No, it's a game she's playing.
Farmville. But we played Oregon Trail back in the day. You had to try to, it was the cheapest computer graphics and everything.
Really?
You just had to get all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast back in the day with a covered wagon. Everyone died of dysentery. Pepsi Crystal. Remember when they came out with Pepsi Crystal?
I remember Pepsi Clear.
It was clear.
Yeah.
Pepsi. It was not very good. It wasn't good at all back in the day. The old Michael Jackson Pepsis, I remember those.
Oh, yeah.
We collected those bottles like it was going to be like worth something someday.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And Swatch watches.
Oh, yeah,
back in the
I
old
love
school.
those. We had baby G's.
Really? Swatches.
Oh, the G-Shocks when they made them into babies, yeah.
Swatches are crazy because they'll go away, disappear.
Yeah, I know.
And then they'll come back, and then they'll disappear, and then they'll come back again.
Back in the day, man.
Yes.
If you had a Swatch, I never had one, but man, I wanted one so bad.
I didn't have
they had
one
a
either.
watch protector thing on it, like a little
little rubber thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ray, you remember what? I remember that ish.
Oh my gosh! Well, you were talking about Ding Dong Ditch. We had Manhunt, and it was basically hiding a seek outside in the dark. So it would be nighttime, and you would hide in the neighborhood somewhere, and you would have to manhunt during the nighttime. But we would hide in like the neighbor's bushes or the neighbor's sheds.
So you couldn't do that. You
would
get
get shot. You would get shot to death.
What you doing now? I'm playing hide and seek.
No, manhunt. It's
Manhunt.
manhunt. So we played that. And then I just remember a lot of jingles from back in the day, like the Sock and Boppers.
Oh, yeah.
Sock and Boppers. Like that one. And then
Let go my ego.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. We had these, they were called fairy dancers or whatever, and they were like little fairies that you would shoot.
Oh, yeah, you pull the string, and they would spin around.
My sister and I used to shoot them at each other's faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had the most dangerous toy in the world. It was called a click-clack, and it was two pieces of glass balls, and all you did was just
my dad still has some.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
Oh, those are weapons.
We had jarts, which was lawn darts, but I mean it's a mix between javelin and dart.
And people tried to catch him and they go in this.
Yeah, you basically just throw this giant dart through the air, and it was the idea was to land it in a circle, but that's never really what we did.
It was banned.
I think the bologna commercial from back in the day is the one that I remember the most too.
But then my bologna
has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R.
My bologna has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day, and if you ask me while I say,
good job.
Cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A. I just do the G-N-A. You know how to spell baloney. Nerese, I remember that ish.
When I was in middle school, the thing was to always do like these braids with these 4 rubbery strings that you would just kind of like, it would turn into like a spiral looking braid, basically.
Really?
Yeah. Ray, do you know what I'm talking about?
I
It was
think
like
I know
4
it would
long-
like spin, right?
Yeah. You kind of like loop it into each other, and it would just look like this like long dangling.
What was it called?
braid.
You remember?
I
You remember what
don't.
it's called?
But like people would put it on their keychains and like hold on to it like that, and
Oh,
then
I know what
also
you're talking about now. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then also the fortune teller origami
Yes.
thing, right?
Oh, the
Like-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and then you would kind of draw
yeah.
like tell
Yeah.
your fortune, pick a number,
Yeah.
like pick a color.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never knew how to make those things.
There was one also that told you what kind of house you're gonna live
Mash.
in, who you're gonna
It's called
marry.
Mash.
Oh, yeah.
Mansion,
You're gonna live in a
apartment,
shack.
house. Yep.
I do live in a shack, bitch.
Who you loved and all that stuff.
I want to find out what is something you remember. I remember that ish back in the day. What is it you remember? Take us back there with you. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You can't get through. You can still text XL Mobile 24 hours a day. It's 41067. Live stream is watching. They're commenting, and on social media it can go on and on. But you remember what? I remember what. Take us anywhere and see if we remember it with you. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We're going to hear from you, so call us now on Johnny's House. Johnny's House, Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. Tuesday morning and hot and humid. Expected again today. 70% chance of rain, but with the heat index of 109. And they say it's not going to get colder and it's not going to get any cooler for the next couple of weeks. 78, look at 78 right now. Talking about stuff you remember. I remember that. I'll just say that. I remember that. Just taking us back to some times that, you know what? A lot of people don't get it, but you remember things are different, things have changed. So we're going to see if you can take us back and see if we remember that too. Weston, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, good. What do you remember? You remember what?
I remember it was about the beginning of middle school. We had these things called hit clips. It was a little tiny plastic cartridge about the size of a quarter, and it had like 30 seconds of hit songs. You had Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, and it would go in this little tiny pocket cassette player. It wasn't no bigger than like a Tamagotchi.
Yep.
And it would play that song. You could listen to it yourself, or they had boombox ones that your friends could listen to it with you.
But you only had 30 seconds of the song?
Yeah. It was literally like a little toy.
That's just,
it was a clip.
That's frustrating.
I remember restaurants were giving them away as like promotion. I like McDonald's would give them away. I think Pizza Hut did it for a while where they gave them away.
So the goal was to buy the whole song? Or?
I think that, they're trying to hook you on the song. Yeah.
Because if I got a favorite song, 30 seconds ain't going to do it.
I feel like that would be such a great marketing material
cool back
today.
in the day. iPods weren't really a thing.
Right, there was no downloadable or streamable music back then.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you bought albums.
How long did that thing last? About a year?
It went for like 3 years.
3 years? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they eventually had an attachment that you could plug into the computer and use Yahoo to download songs to it.
But it only gave you 30 seconds.
Those ones were up to 2 minutes, but still it wasn't a whole song.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it was that thing for the time. I got you. All right. Thank you, Weston.
Thank you. Have a good morning.
You too. Thanks for sharing that.
Well, the whole idea of an MP3 player or iPod now is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. But before then, they didn't have anything like that. Michael, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Johnny. How's it going?
Good, man. You remember what? I remember that.
All right. Come on, man. Two-tone Lee jeans. Remember they had the gray and the burgundy, the guys?
I remember that? I do remember. I never bought them, though.
Yeah, I never had that.
I do remember. You had a few. That was your thing, Michael. That was your thing.
Yeah, that was my thing. I'll be honest with you. But it only lasts like about, I think, a year or two. So that was it. But I was like the only one that wore it, I guess.
You know why, Michael?
Every time I talk about it, no one talks about it.
You know why? Because they were hideous, Michael.
Yeah.
They were hideous.
Yeah, because it's nothing to be proud of. That's why.
Exactly.
Michael said,
embarrassed about it, but I was what, 10?
Yeah.
So.
Michael said, "Say what you want. That was my jam."
And back in the day, you pegged your jeans to roll them up.
You
had to roll them tight.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I was still cool.
He said, "I wore two-tone, Brian, but I didn't roll. Yeah. That was too much right there. That was too much." Thank you, Mike. Thanks for taking us back there, man.
Gosh.
Donnie, appreciate it, guys.
Every girl that I grew up with had these like limited to sparkly jeans, and we could never afford them. So my sister and I would put sparkles on our regular jeans. I don't even know.
Like $40?
Yeah, but we would pretend like we.
That was probably a lot back then.
Oh yeah. What are they saying over there on the social?
We've got Skip It.
Yep.
That little
Yep.
Connect 4.
Oh yeah. So I'll still play that.
The mousetrap game, how you would get so frustrated with your friends.
Yeah, you had to build that thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. B, what they say?
XL Mower powered by attorney Dan Newland. Interact. Need a check. Call Dan Newland. Parachute pants.
Yeah, Hammer brought them.
Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
They had zippers all over them. I wanted parachute pants so bad. Someone said Zima. Back in the day.
Zima is something else.
And then you put a little grenadine in it so it turned red.
Zima is something else. Tastes like Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah.
It
was not good.
Nerese.
Jesse, he said, I remember the coupons for free pizza you'd get when you would read about like 5 books a month. I remember those.
Yeah, Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Yes, I did that. All right, we're going to move on. What's up, Ray?
Britney Spears considering an Oprah Winfrey interview.
What?
Yeah.
All right, coming up, Johnny's out.
WXXL HD1 to Barry's Orlando.
I am Ed Sheeran.
This is Ariana Grande.
What's up, everybody? This is Justin Bieber.
1067 Orlando. Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
So Britney Spears reportedly is considering giving a tell-all interview on TV. Of course, this is going to be ahead of her release of her memoir, which we kind of figured hand in hand.
Tell it all on TV then, because I won't need to buy the book.
No, I know. So her memoir comes out on October 24th. So it's The Woman in Me. And so what she is considering, though, is an interview offer from Oprah Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she's been getting a ton of people trying to pay her to get that interview, to get the first interview with her. Back in 2021, when Britney's conservatorship was basically done and released from her conservatorship, that is when Britney declined Oprah's initial offer because she was still coming to terms with everything and mentally processing her freedom. That was the first time she was free in 13 years. So I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen, but she is actually trying to figure out how she could do the tell-all and her memoir.
Well, here's the thing. Wouldn't this be the first interview she's done without the conservatorship, without somebody telling her what to say or how to say it?
Yep.
Yeah.
This would be the first one ever in her whole life.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Yeah. So she was talking about how the trauma didn't go away overnight just because the conservatorship ended. Some days can be extremely testing, and conversations and all that stuff can trigger her to behave unusually. We were just talking about it. She just posted a video of her on a stripper pole and all that stuff. So she's just
recently.
This is her freedom, though.
Yeah.
Being able to post and do whatever she wants.
She wasn't allowed to do that, so now...
No, it's in her house. She installed it in her house.
And people watching it going, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Testing all the waters.
Yeah, for sure.
Tory Lanez is inside the Los Angeles County Jail right now, and look to see what his life is right now. He is being held away from general population. He only gets a few hours a day outside of his cell. So he's being held in an administrative segregation unit, which is for inmates who cannot be safely housed with the rest of the folks behind bars. Wow. So he's in his cell for the majority of the day. He's only allowed out of his cell for 2 hours a day.
Goodness.
And for those 120 minutes, he's by himself. So, and he only gets fresh air, recreational time, 3 hours a week.
Oh, my goodness.
He only sees the sunlight 3 hours a week.
And I'm not sure he's sitting in that cell going, was all of this worth it?
So obviously right now he's going to be in the LA County Jail until they ship him to another jail in California where it's going to be more of a...
I thought they launched an appeal. What, they have to accept the appeal or how does that work?
Yeah, so in the meantime, obviously he has to be behind bars.
Yeah, but I thought once they launch an appeal, you can get a bail. You can bail out.
Well, they'll probably have to have a hearing to decide if they can
So
do
he's going to be in there for a bit.
Yeah, so Tory buys things from his commissary like snacks, soap, and, like a regular inmate.
You better give me some books. I need something.
Yeah, I don't know.
That might make me break down and read if I got put in jail.
Oh, yeah.
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
My thing is, once you get out, the first thing I do is say, please take me over Stallion's place. Look, I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. It was the dumbest thing. I'll do a press conference. I'll do whatever.
He still claims he's innocent, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Do what you got to do.
Well, you found out.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna find out something else with your help. We call it Side Takers. Got a little family, got a little situation going on. You listen to the story. You determine the outcome. Side Takers, Johnny's house. Johnny's house, Orlando's #1 hit music station, partly cloudy. 109 is what it's going to feel like with the heat index. 70% chance of rain, and it's still at 78. We try to keep you updated on this, but y'all don't really care, so it's going to happen right in front of your eyes. Downtown, the Orlando City Commission voted again to extend the moratorium prohibiting opening new nightclubs until March of 2024.
I heard they're just going to put scaffolding on every building from 50 all the way to Soto. And that way they can just shut everything down. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that little club under there couldn't open up because of the scaffolds. They said that they think right now they have 68 businesses that have the after midnight permit, and these include bars, nightclubs, and restaurants. The leader said that we must pay closer attention to the kind of businesses that we open up shop in downtown. You know what they're saying.
Yes, sir.
They said, now the mayor said this himself. He said, we'd like to see more diversity in our downtown. We probably have the highest concentration of nightclubs and bars in any city in Florida.
Have you been to Miami?
Well, there's nothing else, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So there's even in Miami, there's nightclub, but there's like boutiques. There's we ain't got nothing downtown but bar.
He said there's too many nightclubs and it can have a negative secondary effect. It's like what Brian was saying. One is safety concern and an imbalance that leaves streets empty during the daytime.
Yeah, I mean, I do see his point because even Winter Park's got a lot of bars and restaurants, right? Because so in at night it's big, but all day long, Winter Park Avenue is full because there's other things. I see what he's saying on that one.
We need to start thinking about how we can encourage more restaurants and other kind of retail to come downtown. But they said you can't open up another place, but there's 2 nightclubs that were already in the pipeline.
Oh, okay.
That's going to open up. So there's going to be 2 new clubs.
Right on.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, they're shutting it all down. We don't like what's happening down here. I go downtown at night. Now it's a whole different place. They got the streets blocked off, police on all corners. I'm just like, wow. So I just want to let y'all know that, if you been partying downtown, you like it, still go, but you might want to start looking for that secondary route.
Yeah.
Shut it down if you don't see it coming.
Yeah,
and
like when I go out there and I see it, I'm like, should I feel safe or concerned?
Concerned. And I've talked to some of the bar owners, and they're all good business people. They came to say, hey, listen, this was a hot place to have a nightclub or a business or a bar, and I invested our money, and now we're pretty much being pushed out. You are being pushed out.
Yes.
Legally, you're being pushed out, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just want to let you know. But in about 3 to 5 years, downtown going to look totally different.
Or come up with a cool concept that's what they're looking for.
Or move your business on the outskirts.
Right. Right over down by the lake.
Move on out. Hey, we're joking, but it's a true story. All right, it is time for Side Takers. That's where we have a couple that has a little situation with their little daughter growing up in school, and they want to find a solution. What's going to happen, we're going to talk to them. They're going to break down what exactly is what's going on. You listen to their story, and you say, you know what? I heard both sides, and I side with this or I side with that. We come back, we'll talk to them, hear their story, and then you decide. We call that Side Takers. We'll do that in a couple minutes right here on Johnny's House. One of the richest women in the world today, Rihanna. Don't stop the music. That's when she used to make music and not design amazing clothing. It's 8:21. Johnny's house, hot, humid. Looking for a heat index of about 109. 70% chance of a thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly cloudy, and it is 80. That means it's starting to warm up real quickly right now. It is 80. All right, this is called Side Takers. We have a couple on the line right now, and they're going to tell you their sides of a situation. And what you do as a listener is you sit back and go, And if you have any questions we should ask them, go ahead and text the XL Mobile as you hear them explain what's going on. And then at the end, we'll ask you, who do you side with? And then we'll tell them, and at the outcome, it may help them make their decision. When we started this, whatever you said is what they had to do. That's part of the deal. Until the first time we brought it back. This guy, I don't give a damn what y'all said.
I mean, we don't have like a side takers enforcement task force.
No. So I'm like, do I legally have to do it? No. But what it does is help them to come up with a decision. So the first thing we must do is meet this amazing family. Let's start out by saying good morning to Ian. Ian, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Johnny, how are you, man?
Good. And Brian connected Paige.
Yes, sir.
All right, Paige, good morning. How are you, ma'am?
Hi, I'm good. How about you guys?
Good. Paige, let's start with you. Kick us off. What is happening with Side Takers? What's going on?
Well, we have a teenage daughter, and she was friends with a certain friend group for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, the pretty popular girls wanted to be our daughter's friend, which,
Okay.
I don't see a problem with it.
Okay.
I was actually really happy for her, and she dropped her old friends. Like, she just dropped them cold.
How long does she know the old friends?
Oh my gosh, like since elementary school.
Oh, damn, she dropped them. Okay.
Basically her whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been palling around together since they were, little.
Okay.
And I don't agree with her just dropping her friends, but I will say this new friend group she's in, she's happier.
Okay.
She's having a lot of fun. They're doing a lot of fun things. They're doing, they're dressing up. They're playing Barbie.
Yeah.
They're doing all these girly fun things
Mhm.
that they didn't do before. And she just seems happier. And I don't see a problem with her dropping her friends.
Okay, Ian, we'll let you kick in. So, Ian, your teenage daughter used to have some friends. Now she's hanging out with the popular girls at the school, and you got a problem with
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Well, just a little bit, just because I'm big on loyalty, and I've had the same group of friends since I was, since we were playing t-ball together.
Yeah.
And we've been ride or die our whole lives, and I just feel like dropping your friends just like that, just because the popular kids want to hang out with you. I don't think it's the way to go, and I think ultimately, in the long term, she's gonna see it as a mistake, and I really feel like she should. She should stick with her crew,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there was a situation that happened?
Yeah, there was. I was putting her laundry away in her room, and I did find a vape pen. And, of course, I talked to her about it immediately, and she said it belonged to one of her friends that had stayed over, and they had left it. Of course, that's what you say. And, she said it wasn't a big deal because most of the kids do it. And, of course, she promised that she wasn't doing it. And ultimately, she didn't want to tell me which of the friends it was. And so I said, well, until you want to tell me which one of the friends it is, then none of the friends get to stay over. I think that's pretty fair.
And Paige, Paige, you got a problem with that?
I mean, he's acting like he found a crack pipe in her room. It's a
Damn.
Crack pipe. That escalated very quick.
Okay.
I mean,
you open the door and people walk through.
There you go.
Anything could happen.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a vape pen, and it could be one of her friends. It is entirely possible that it is one of her friends. But my problem with this is that I think he's just wanted to find a reason to get rid of this new friend group, and this is his end. But I'm also afraid that if in the future, if something really is going on with her that's not just a vape pen, she's not going to want to tell us.
Well, she's not going to want to tell you anyway. I mean.
Well, but I mean, I just don't want to overblow the consequences of something very small like a vape pen. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me. And I think he's just trying to find a reason to get rid of the new friends. And it's going to make her look like a dork. I mean, her brand new friends, she's having all this fun. She's not doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kids grow, they
Well,
change.
she's kind of not being honest.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
you say it's nothing wrong, but she's not being honest about this, and she's always been honest with us about stuff, and it seems like these friends are
Okay.
inspiring some kind of different behavior.
Now, Ian, you see this as a personality change, but Paige, you haven't seen a personality change.
I have not seen any personality change in her except that she's happier. She's having so much fun, and I see that this personality is starting to bloom in her, and she's just becoming like a little bit more confident and happier. And that wasn't around with the older friends, so I don't understand what his problem is.
And Ian, you're like she's never held anything back from you guys before.
Yeah, no, nothing. That she's never hid anything, and you know she's had this core group of friends, and not to mention one of them is essentially our neighbor, just a couple houses down.
Yeah.
And you know those kids are all wondering what happened to their friend, and she's just taken a strange turn from what I can tell.
And you want to stop that before it happens.
You do, because you know if it starts like this, who knows where it ends up.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, we heard both sides. If you put them on hold. Here's a situation. Ian, he said he's seen a change in his daughter with the new friends. All of a sudden, she had friends she grew up with her whole life. She's dumped them and to hang out with the new group. They found a vape pen. She won't tell them what it is. So he says, listen, I want to ban all the ladies, all your new friends from the house until you tell me who the vape pen belongs to. And Paige is like, look, we have a good daughter. She has a new friend. She seems to be happy. Why would you ban her friends because one of them brought a vape pen in the house? Okay. If you side with Ian, her new friends cannot come to the house. If you side with Paige, then they'll continue to come over and hang out and stuff like that. Who do you side with? All right, 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. If you side with Ian, the young ladies are banned from the house until she tells them who has the vape pen. If you side with Paige, she said, listen, she's a young lady. She got some new friends. She's happy. Stop that. You're just looking for a reason to ban her from those friends and let it go. You side with Paige, the young ladies will be allowed back in the house. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, because we want to hear who you side with personally. If you can't get in, your votes still count. You can text. The XL Mobile is 41067. Social media, you can vote there, and also the live stream. All ways you can get your vote in, and we'll make sure it gets to them. But we want to hear from you. Who do you side with? If you side with Ian, her new friends are banned from the house. You side with Paige. No big thing. Let the friendship run its course. Who do you side with on Side Takers? 8:37 is Johnny's house. It's Tuesday morning, and expect it to rain today. 70% chance of a thunderstorm. Otherwise, it's going to be partly cloudy, hot. Heat index of about 109, and it is warming up quickly. It is 80. All right, here's side takers. We have on hold right now Ian and Paige. They have a daughter who's a junior in high school. Well, over the summer, she's invited to hang out with the popular girls at school, and when this happened, she stopped hanging out with her road dogs. These are the girls that she's been hanging out since elementary school. And they've been hanging out, and Paige says the daughter seems happier since hanging out with these new girls. They do group things like group sleepovers. They went to dress up like Barbie and went to the movies, stuff that her old friends never did. Ian's like, yeah, but it ain't cool you drop your old friends like that, and he didn't like it at all. Well, he was putting something away in his daughter's room, found a vape pen. She said it belonged to one of her new friends, said it's not a big deal. Most of the kids do it. She promised she wasn't vaping, but the daughter would not tell them who the pen belonged to protect them. Ian said, well, if that's the case, those young girls are banned from the house. And Paige's like, no, listen, I think you're going overboard. You're just looking at this as a reason for her to disconnect her with those friends because you didn't want those new friends anyway and wanted her back with her old friends. And Ian's like, nope, until she tells us who the vape pen belongs to, it's not going to happen. But if you side with Ian, those young ladies, her new friends, will be banned from the house. If you side with Paige, then they'll continue on that the way he was doing and let her, find her way with the new friends. Who do you side with in side takers? Emily, good morning.
Good morning.
Who do you side with and why?
I'm going to side with Ian. And first of all, I'd like to say that I'm, happy for her that she is happy.
Mm-hmm.
New friends, but it's also new. And speaking from experience, I've had friends since I moved here when I was 6 years old that are still my friends to this day. And I've chosen, to go with new friend groups, and it never panned out, even as an adult.
But Emily, were you invited to the popular girl group in high school?
Mm-hmm.
No, you weren't.
We're talking teenage years.
Exactly a popular group. It was the girls that did stupid stuff and wasn't behaving in school, and so it was a different group.
Okay.
Not popular, just did stupid stuff.
Yeah, stupid girls. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it never panned out. They never were loyal to me.
Mm-hmm.
They, it was fun while it lasted. So I, would always go back to the friends that I grew up with in elementary school, preschool. But with the whole vape pen thing, with her saying it not being a big deal, you have to be 21 years old. So it is a big deal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You have to be 21 years old to buy a vape pen. Regardless.
I had no idea.
Right.
I mean, legally speaking. It's not how it goes.
Yeah,
but yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's not how it goes. I agree. But legally speaking, you have to be 21 years old. So I do agree with, who's buying the girls those vapes, until he can figure out who, brought it in the house, I would agree. Yeah. It's not exactly, you're just keeping her from things she's not supposed to be doing.
Okay. All right, well, we'll put you down for Ian.
Yeah,
all right,
thank you.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Let's see who we got. And Aaron, good morning.
What's up? Good morning, y'all.
Aaron, who you side with?
I've got to go 110 million% with Ian on this one because there's two reasons.
Okay.
To me, I feel like these new friends are just going to use her, and whenever she says the wrong thing, doesn't like the right TikTok or whatever, they're going to screw her over and dump her.
Aaron, you're reading a lot into this. You're reading a whole lot.
What are they using her for?
I don't know. Does she have a pool at the house?
Oh, my
Disney
God.
World passes?
This sounds personal.
Disney World passes.
This sounds personal to you.
He said that. Is the vape pen THC or nicotine? That's another question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they didn't say what it was in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just got to say 100% TV in on this one. Love you guys.
All right, thank you. He's trying to get
using
used to the pool.
her.
Be what they say, man.
Let's see. XL Mower powered by attorney Dan Newland. Interact need a check. Call Dan Newland. It was 100% for the dad, but then some people did chime in for the mom saying, happiness is a big deal.
Yeah.
But the vape pen thing is what people can't get around. Like the fact that you think that's cool and it's okay to be in your house and you don't want to do anything about it is not helping the mom's case.
Ray, with social media, what they saying?
A lot of people are actually siding with the mom on social media. Paige, because maybe her new friends are outgoing and the old friends weren't, so it's better for her. Let her live her life and have fun. If she regrets ditching her old friends one day, then it'll be a lesson learned. I side with the mom. The only reason that it's better for you to have your kids at your own house. and you can monitor them.
Yeah, if they're going to vape, just go ahead and do that back in the room. And the Reese, what are they saying on the stream?
So it kind of does go a little bit back and forth.
Let them burn their lungs down where I can watch them.
Yeah, but at the end, everybody's siding with Ian. Serena, she started off with, it was a tough decision, but at the end of the day, she's a good kid, but she needs some boundaries and said early on. So
wow.
Ian.
All right, who do you side with? Still got time to call it in. Ian, if you side with Ian, the young lady will not have her new friends to the house because they found a vape pen. If you side with Paige, then she'll continue to have her friends, have them over, and just have a long discussion with her. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You want to know the outcome? We'll have that next on Johnny's House. Ariana Grande, The Weekend, Die For You on Johnny's House, 8:54, and it's going to be a lot of sunshine. Then it's going to get ugly with a 70% chance of rain. It's going to be hot with a heat index of 101, and it's warming up quickly. It is 81 right now. All right, need to find one of the side takers. Ian and Paige got a daughter in high school over the summer. She started hanging out with the very popular girls, and by doing this, she just dumped all her friends she's known since elementary school. Paige said that the daughter's a lot happier now, and Ian's like, you shouldn't dump your friends like that. You've known them your whole life. You don't know these girls. Well, Ian was in a room, found a vape pen, and the daughter said it belongs to one of her new friends. Paige is like, it's no big deal. And Ian's like, nope, well, tell me whose pen it was. She won't. So he says, from this point on, those new friends are banned from the house. Paige is like, no, don't do that to her. Let her find and develop her own friends. You're using this excuse to dump those new friends because you didn't like them anyway. You want her with her old friends. You side with Ian. He will ban the young ladies from the house. You side with Paige. Nothing will go on. All right. The votes are all in, and it was kind of close, but you sided with Ian. Ian, you won. How you feel?
I feel right. You know, it feels right. I just feel like we opened the door to dishonesty now, and it's just going to keep going. And you know, I just feel like you have your ride or die friends. You need to stick with them. So I'm glad people saw my side.
Paige, what do you think about this?
Well, for one, I am never, ever going to hear the end of this.
Yeah.
That's true. Sided with him. But, I mean, I just don't think it's good. I mean, I think kids change. Their personalities change. They don't necessarily, you know, they need to figure out who they are. And I don't think that he likes that she's changing and maybe, you know, growing up and getting out of his grasp a little bit. But it's going to happen. And I just think we need to roll with it and just let her who she is.
But here's the thing, Paige. I'm like Ian. I still have the same friends that I've had since middle school, and I'm older.
And I really don't. So for me, it's not a friendship thing. For me, the whole big thing is vape pens are from the devil. And for you to think that that's you know, oh, it's no big deal and it's not hers. Yeah, I heard that same story with my 18-year-old son right before I found all of his other vape pens.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ray, you disagree. You side with Paige on this.
Yeah, I side with Paige just because of like the emotional aspect of it and like her personality and growing, and you're trying to like dictate who she can be friends with, and I get it. Like she's been friends with these girls for a while, but people do change and people do grow, and I think that if she's happier, like teach her lessons about right choices, but don't try to form who her friendship should be.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
Find a good friend that doesn't vape that will donate her a lung later then because she's going to need it.
Or just have her old group hang out with the new group.
I mean,
there it is.
That ain't gonna happen.
This is a great opportunity to teach her about peer pressure, not about deciding on who your friends are right now because she's a teenage girl.
Yeah, and I feel like she should definitely learn that herself too when it comes to the kind of friends that you want to be friends with. There's good and there's bad in everyone, and obviously the vape is not a good thing, but that's where the conversation comes in with like life lessons. You can't just teach them; they got to learn. So,
and Ian, I think it's good if she goes back to her friends and say, "Hey, y'all can't come over. My dad found your vape pen, and he wanted me to tell who it was, and I won't. So for a while, y'all can't come to my house."
Yeah,
that's just parenting.
Except for that it's hers.
Yeah,
so, was she gonna get out of her own house?
Okay, they're not laughing. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope everything works out for you. And they sided with Ian and Paige, and I hope you guys can talk it all out and it all works out for you guys, okay?
All right, we'll figure it out.
All right.
Thank you all so much.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you both.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, sometimes we forget we're just on the radio, and that's some real-life stuff going on.
Yeah.
We're just going to move on. Ray, Celebrity News, what is happening?
Paris Hilton is getting hated on right now because, she was vacationing in Maui when the fires were going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, hear that story coming up right here on Johnny's House.
WXXL HD1 to Tavares, Orlando.
Hey, it's Johnny Magic. Your chance to win a trip and tickets to the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas is happening right now. Text this hour's keyword, WIN, W-I-N, to 200-200. What happens in Vegas stays on Johnny's House podcast on XL 106.7.
Stop shaving today with Ideal Image Med Spa. Dial pound 250. Say the keywords Radio Ray. So Paris Hilton was vacationing in Maui over the weekend, just 30 miles from the town of Lahaina. I think that's how you pronounce it, which was destroyed by the massive fires that are happening over there. So she was enjoying a vacation with her husband and their son in Maui, just 30 miles from where the whole town was destroyed. And people are kind of like raging. And
why are they mad?
So basically what they're saying is that Paris's family arrived on Tuesday. And by Wednesday, Hawaiian authorities were asking tourists to leave. She didn't leave. Obviously, the internet isn't letting her get away with it because people are just saying, imagine watching thousands of people lose their homes, their loved ones, families, etc., and you're asking them to serve you drinks while you frolic on the beach.
Huh.
So,
I'm hearing that going, well, I don't get it. She risked her life by being there too.
Well, there's a lot of Hawaiian celebrities, The Rock, Jason Momoa, that have said, do not come here.
That's what they're saying. There's like a lot of tourist debates right now. Like you should not be going to Maui to
the infrastructure
vacation.
is having a hard time handling what they are handling, let alone you coming in and hanging out just for leisure. Like everything, the electric grid, cell phone towers, all of that stuff. Everything that a person puts pressure on by being alive, they don't need you here right now.
Yeah.
That's what they're all saying.
I mean, like eventually.
How long did she stay? Is she still there?
So I don't know exactly when she left or if she's still there, but on Tuesday she was still there.
No,
when did that last week?
Yeah. Was she in a resort? I mean, she could
no,
have
she just
she
they
could
said
have been in
that
a
she
house.
was vacationing and she was just frolicking on the beach, and then she was seen at like restaurants and stuff asking for drinks, and she was just vacationing in Maui. So I don't know.
I mean, to me, if I'm a celebrity, I know it's a bad look. There's other islands. I'm gonna jet to a different island.
That's true.
And
especially if you have unlimited resources of money and all that stuff.
This wasn't like a once in a lifetime trip for her.
That's true.
So if it's me, I'm out. But I mean, that's just me.
So we talked about it yesterday that Vanna White will be missing a couple of days.
Teachers Week.
Yes, for Wheel of Fortune. And so what they're saying is that it happens to be during Teachers Week, and because Vanna was sick when the shows were taped, and she couldn't really reschedule or anything because of the academic school year, they are replacing her for the time with Teacher of the Year Bridget Donald Blue.
That's cool.
So the California's Teacher of the Year,
okay.
she is going to be standing in place of Vanna White.
Just going up in, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying that, like, obviously we said yesterday that this is like her first time ever missing a day.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen because she's rumored to make $3 million a year, while Pat Sajak makes like 5 times that, and she's asking for more.
I think she'll get more.
I think so too.
Because I mean, anybody new, she's going to help with the transition between the new person and her. She's still the familiar face that people will know, so she should get more.
So what they're saying is right now that she's still trying to work out a deal with them for the 41st season.
I heard Ryan Seacrest's going to do it.
Both?
Well, he's already.
He's going to host and then
run
over and push.
They put him in they put him on the shows back to back.
Yeah.
I would not put it past him whatsoever.
Hey, but he works with some radio people that wouldn't mind that job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'm just saying.
Also, real quick, Mark Zuckerberg is basically trying to go into UFC. And Dana White said that he is like actually going to make it happen.
It only take one fight for him to realize, you know what, I've been playing around. These guys are fighting for money. They're fighting to eat. You have money.
Yeah.
Whole different kind of fight.
So, but obviously his fight with Elon Musk is like falling through or whatever, but he said that he really wants to put everything like into working with the UFC and hopefully getting into the ring and like fighting and doing all that.
They're not going to put him up against somebody that can beat him.
No.
They all probably can.
You know, they got some guy who has a 0-0 record who's been working out at LA Fitness.
He's going to be fighting me.
Yeah. He's going to be fighting Brian.
I don't know. Dana White was like, I could tell that he's very serious about this, so he's only going to be training with like elite athletes.
got it until you get hit in the face.
By an elite punch.
Yeah, an elite punch. That's all she wrote. What's trending? We need to know next on Johnny's House.
People dream high in the quiet of the night. You know that I caught it. Bad, bad boy, shiny toy with a price. You know that I bought it. Killing me slow out the window. I'm always waiting for you to be waiting below. Devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. What doesn't kill me makes me want you more. And it's blue, the shape of your body is blue. The feeling I got in it, it's cool summer. It's cool, that's what I tell 'em, no rules. Unbreakable heaven, but it's cool summer with you. Hang your head low in the glow of the vending machine. I'm not dying. We say that we'll just screw it up in these trying times. We're not trying. So cut the headlights. Summer's a knife. I'm always waiting for you just to cut to the bone. Devils roll the dice. Angels roll their eyes. And if I bleed, you'll be the last to know. Oh, it's blue. The shape of your body is blue. The feeling I got in it, it's cool summer. It's cool, that's what I tell 'em, no rules. Unbreakable heaven, but it's cool summer with you. I'm drunk in the back of the car, and I cried like a baby coming home from the bar. Said I'm fine, but it wasn't true. I don't wanna keep secrets just to keep you, and I snuck in.
Orlando's number one hit music station, 909, 84 degrees. Every time we hit the mic, it goes up another degree. It's 84 degrees, heat index of 109, and there's a 70% chance of a thunderstorm. With that going on, there's a lot of stuff trending. Reese, what's trending?
Trending, we're going to start with this amazing video that's trending right now. It's of this 6-year-old boy who attended a Hulk Hogan meet and greet, and the kid breaks the ice with an introduction that sounds like the Hulk, and the Hulk obviously responded in his character voice. This is what it sounds like.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you walk in this beat shop, I'm surprised that you still got the shirt on, Jack.
Well, let me tell you something, Hulkster. The first time I met you, I was only 3 years old, but now I'm 6 years old. So now we gotta take it to a bigger level, man.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
so
my gosh.
he keeps going. The video's like a
I
30
think
second
that happened
long.
at a surf shop here on I Drive.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
It's cute. If you watch the entire video, he ends
The
up.
kid has
rips
it.
up
I
his
mean,
shirt.
he is a fan.
Yeah. Yes.
He's
yes,
a fan.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
So Dunkin' Donuts, they have launched a spiked iced coffee and iced
I saw
tea
that.
cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's based off their most popular drinks on their menu, but you can't find them at Dunkin' Donuts. You can get them at your grogrocery store or liquor stores. Yes, in certain locations.
That's what you need to
Yes.
get drunken with an energy drink.
I mean,
Why not? That's like Irish coffee.
Yeah, they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the saying and the acronym spelling of LOL or LOL
Mhm.
is now cringing to say. So the preferred saying is now IJBOL, and it's pronounced Eejbol.
I saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
What is this?
And it
It's
stands.
a Gen Z thing.
Yeah.
The LOL's for the old folks now.
Yeah, LOL is the laugh out
okay
loud.
then. LOL.
Yeah. Well, now it's I just burst out laughing. I just bursted out laughing. IJBOL.
I spell it LOL
Yeah, we ain't-
exclamation
Yeah.
point.
Making life a little too difficult.
Yeah, it's a little much for me.
Yeah.
TISDD. That is so damn dumb.
There you go.
That one's more trendier. Let's talk a little bit about shows. If you ever followed or found interest in the Johnny Depp versus Heard case, tomorrow Netflix is dropping a documentary on the popular Hollywood case.
Ray just popped up. There it is.
It's out now.
I know it says tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it's out now. I watched the first part of it over the weekend.
And you didn't tell me about it?
I forgot. I was
You
telling
are a
Johnny.
terrible
I was
friend.
telling Johnny about another one that I watched.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Ray was covering this. And so, yeah, if you want to get into it, the series will show both testimonies side by side for the first time and explore the trials and the online fallout.
I was watching Netflix all weekend, and it popped up as something I might be interested in. I'm like, well, yes, I am.
Was it good, what you saw?
The part I saw, but I didn't have time to finish. So
Yeah. I just never got into it like Ray. I mean, she was all
The
in.
only reason I got into it was because of the message that she left on the bed.
We were texting back and forth, Ray and I, all day.
Yeah.
This was Ray. Yeah, here's celebrity news. And then about to okay. So yesterday. I'm like, good Lord.
As soon as 9 o'clock came on, the trial came on every day, I was like, shh, you guys, the show is in the way of the trial.
Would you say that this case was a lot more spoken on than Gwyneth Paltrow one? Because you're passionate about it.
Oh, this was way bigger than that.
For sure,
There's
for
a lot
sure.
more details in this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some days to recognize: it's National Relaxation Day and World Greatness Day.
Mm-hmm. All right, we come back. I got a question for you. A lot of you moved here from up north because it was too cold. I want to find out what would you prefer: the extreme heat that we're having now, or which we're going to see here in a couple months, all that snow at extreme cold. Which one would you prefer? We're going to ask that question when we get back on Johnny's House. 922 is Johnny's house on a Tuesday. 109 is what it's going to feel like with the heat index. Is warming up quickly. 70% chance of rain. It is 83 right now. All right, I got a question. It's kind of like a would you rather, but not in that sense. All right, I remember over the winter, I'm watching up north in Buffalo area where he's from. I'm looking at all the snow. I'm looking at people that got so much snow on their doors. They open the door, and there's a wall of snow that's imprinted with the door. And they're stuck inside, and they can't get out, and they got firewood, and there's no school. And I'm just watching down here in Florida, and I think it was probably like 83, and the sun was out, and it was just beautiful. And I'm thinking, man, it's rough up there. It was so rough that a lot of people said, you know what, enough is enough. And they packed up everything soon as the snow melted, sold their house, and now they're here. All right. Now, I've been here for about 33 years, and I realized that to enjoy the wonderful winters that we have, you have to live through these summers. But I don't know what it is. But this one is brutal. It is brutal. I can't recall last time we had a heat wave. You hear heat waves, you think of other places, but it's happening right here. And we're talking about a heat index. It's been for the last 2 weeks, and it's supposed to be going on. Would you prefer the extreme cold that they have up north or dealing with the summers that we're having right now? And I thought about this, and it's because I haven't lived through an extreme cold and ever. I think I'd go for that. I'm just saying, Ray shaking her head. I haven't been through that. I've been cold before, and I said, it might be pretty cool. You start a little fire. You know it's going to snow, so you go ahead and dig in, get all your snacks and stuff, and you have somebody you want to spend some time with, and just dig in and just enjoy the time that you're spending together.
Yeah, it's nice for a day. What happens when you're locked in for like 4 days doing
I think
that?
in 4 days, we probably make a baby or something, and then, just eat up some snacks, and, hey, you go in your room, I'm going to watch them, and then just enjoy the closeness in which the weather brings. So that's my vision. So I would say maybe it may just be one winter, and I was like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. But for right now, I'm going with that. Right?
So I've never lived in the snow as an adult. I've only been in the snow.
But you heard from your family.
Yes,
Good
and
Lord.
I've seen it, and I've visited, and I just I could not deal with the snow and the cold. I would take the heat any day.
Really?
Yeah, just because the process of getting out of your house into your car, whether it's shoveling, scraping the ice off your windshield, starting the car early. If you have kids, getting them dressed and bundled up.
A lot of people just aren't prepared. If you know a snowstorm is coming, then you put a blanket over the car to make sure that the windshields are off. And, and I'm just saying.
Ain't it.
I'm just saying. I think a lot of people just aren't prepared.
Yeah, I think I would deal with the heat any day.
B.
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised here, so I've never dealt with extreme cold. I did have a little bit when I was in college, but not much. I would still choose the heat.
Really?
Yeah, look, I mean, you could stay inside to cool off. You can get in the pool to cool off. You can't function, like a day-to-day function in that cold. Like, you could be uncomfortable in the heat. I don't like humidity. I don't like sweating. But at least I can go do whatever I want to do.
I wouldn't mind putting on a jacket, going to the club.
It's not a jacket.
No, checking a jacket is not
checking
fun.
in a coat at the club.
It's not a jacket. Look, I did
Here's $3. Hold up my coat.
I did 3 days in New York because my wife got a great deal on a trip. Wonder why? It was 0 degrees. It was negative 19 when we landed. No. Negative 19. We said, you know what? We're gonna put on a coat. We just gonna go across that street to the bar. I thought I was gonna die. It was 100 feet.
BG, you're my boy, but I'm going to have to go with my same thing. You weren't prepared.
I was prepared.
You were not prepared.
Yes, I was. It was not. It was.
There's just only so
and that
much
was
you
3
can
days.
do.
That was 3 days. No way.
You weren't prepared. Narice.
I literally have tropical heat running in my veins.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not even in South Florida, let alone in Panama where my family's from, it's on the equator. So I would rather tolerate that heat than the cold because I've experienced the cold where I go snowboarding almost every year in Colorado. And it's just, I'm quickly reminded, I'm like, my body cannot physically handle the cold. I will shiver so much that my body will ache the next day because of how cold I was trembling.
You're one that wears half a bathing suit, so I'm going to have to say that to you, too. You're just not prepared.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, we went snowboarding a few times, and it was so hot on the mountain that I'm wearing short sleeves. That ain't what you're talking about. You're talking about living in snow that piles to your roof that you have to dig your way out of your home.
I remember one time I scraped ice off the windshield, and I was like, I just don't know how people live this style.
It's a process.
Again, I just think everything y'all telling me just comes with preparation, and y'all just weren't prepared.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So I would still do that. And
Gotcha.
then listen to my jazz, go outside, smoke a cigar, just relax.
Come on now, Johnny. It's just because this heat can't take you.
This is destroying me. The black people are melting. We are melting, damn it. Goodness.
God.
I want to hear from you. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067, social media. What do you prefer? You prefer one of those extreme cold or what we're dealing with right now? Because a lot of y'all from up north moved down here. You're like, damn, I didn't know. They didn't say this in the brochure.
Well, we didn't know it either.
This is crazy.
This is what killed the dinosaurs.
No joke.
Yes.
They just said, well, let's just walk off somewhere. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. What would you prefer? I want to talk to you next on Johnny's House. Good morning, live streamers. I know it's a little late in the morning. How y'all doing? What's going on?
Y'all yelled at me for eating earlier. Damn.
Damn. Yeah, they ain't want Brian to eat popcorn.
Stop eating that popcorn.
What's going on?
Y'all fine.
Who's going to be the first to say hello? What up? Or what it is, yo? Or what's up?
Metro Boomin, 21 Savage.
Hey, Amanda.
The week.
So what do y'all prefer, the cold or the heat? I'm sorry, man. It's heat. I'm done.
This is a little ridiculous.
I stuck my toe in the pool, and it was same temperature. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's the coolness?
I checked my app yesterday. The air temperature above my pool was 107, and the water was 94. 94!
That's jacuzzi weather. I mean, temperature.
Yeah, my jacuzzi's only set, my hot tub's only set on 102.
Yeah, mine's too.
So we're talking about, what, 6 degrees difference?
Goodness. Heat, cold, heat. Most of us choose the heat, I guess.
Makes me want to get a screen for my pool to keep the sun out of it a little bit.
Fat sweats, Johnny. I want cold. You got to get rid of fat. Well, fat's better in the cold because it keeps you insulated. Right now, water's at 92. I heard ocean water's hot. Yeah. Quincy, I heard that too.
Where did my phone go? Oh, yeah, that's why they're freaking out about hurricanes, because how hot the ocean is right now.
Oh, yeah, they're. Man, I'm used to getting in the water going, ooh, now it's like, okay, like a blanket.
right now already in the day.
Yvonne says a melting would not go back to New York because of the cold winters.
The air temperature above my pool right now is 100 degrees.
Oof. Ian, fibromyalgia is no joke. Sad thing about it, you just don't know when it pops up on you. So, yeah, you're in the right place. Dad, my mom is awesome. I talked to her yesterday. The mysterious cousin or her cousin is flying to town this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So my mom's a little upset because my sister says she wants that lady to stay in a hotel. Like, Mom, you can't get mad because she's concerned. We don't know who she is.
Yeah, your mom's from a different time.
Yeah.
Where travelers,
She's
come on
family.
in.
Yeah, you're family. You can't let a family stay in a hotel. Yeah, I could.
Come on in.
All right, I'll give you an update. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. Hey, there's somebody who can't go on the cruise, and it's a single cabin, and they're looking to sell it for $500. That same cabin now is going for $1,300.
That's a deal.
That is a deal. So if any of you guys want to go on our cruise,
We over here thinking about buying it ourselves just for
yeah,
fun.
yeah, just a cool out room.
Or we could flip it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a great deal. So if anybody's thinking about going, it's a single room, single cabin. You've been there by yourself. Kevin wants to know, BG, are you still selling your boat?
I haven't decided yet. We'll see how after this summer.
There's somebody who hit us up is selling the cruise. So if you want to go, let us know. We can tell you.
It'll depend on how much at the end of the year this boat has been used.
Mm-hmm. Debbie, Daddy Num Num got his own room. Why would Daddy Num Num in your room? I'm Daddy Num Num. Yeah, don't be. People got real comfortable sharing room numbers. We got 300 people going, and about 15 to 20 people are communicating on the cruise site page. But everybody's looking, man. Just think if there's somebody you meet and on the group and they're getting on your nerves. Well, they know what your room number is. You just got to be careful with that. People feeling real comfortable. When's the cruise? September 14th. Oh, it could be the Daddy Num Num room. Nah, Daddy Num Num ain't rolling like that.
Yeah, there's a boat club. It's expensive though. It costs thousands of dollars for a down payment, and then it costs about $400 to $500 a month. Now you can use a boat anywhere, pretty much any time, but it has to be available, and you can buy a boat for that.
Yeah.
That you can actually own. I mean, I guess the plus is you could use a pontoon one week and a runabout the next week, but again, it's got to be available, and you own nothing. You just keep putting money away. At least I'm going to own mine at the end of everything.
All right, y'all, we're going to run. We're going to go back on the air. If you're playing me. A musical interlude.
No, the rooms are not necessarily transferable. But you can call the cruise line and work some stuff out. All right, bye.
Metro Boomin, 21 Savage, the weekend creeping on Johnny's house, 938, 70% chance of rain today. Heat index of 109, and this morning it is 84. Question out there, would you enjoy the extreme cold or the extreme heat wave that we're dealing with right now? And I have chosen the cold. I think it'll be very, very nice. I think it brings closeness and unity, and you just got to be prepared. A lot of you got caught out there, you just weren't prepared. I would be prepared. They say, hey, major snowstorm coming. Then at that point, I start planning. You guys just figure like it's nothing. I got ice on my car. Well, they said there was going to be some ice. Do something about that before.
I'm just saying, imagine getting up every morning to come here during that time.
It's real quiet.
At 3 a.m.
You know how if you're walking on snow that's frozen, it's a crunch, 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 crunch. I like that. Something soothing about that. Jose, good morning.
Hey, good morning, boy.
Hey, Jose, the cold or the heat, man? What would you have?
Listen, I spent 55 years up there. I seen blizzards, I seen nor'easters, and this heat is ridiculous, but I'll stay down here.
You know, Jose.
You say you want to be up there? Wait, you say you want to be up there? You don't know what a snowstorm is, man. Especially those nor'easters that come up under the tent. Man,
Jose, how long were you up there?
55 years.
And you know what? I feel bad that you were never prepared. See, I would be prepared.
Wait, we were prepared. They give us ahead of time. Like when the hurricane coming, they give you ahead of time. But it's not the same. It's beautiful when it's coming down. But when it's down there and you have to walk in it, especially going to school when we had to go to school in snow.
Uphill?
Jose,
both ways?
You just didn't have a proper, I mean, I would have a nice pair of Timberlands on, you know, and about 2 pair of socks. You weren't prepared, Jose. And don't get mad at me because you weren't prepared. I, Johnny Magic, would be prepared. I would be prepared.
We're prepared. We're prepared. But when you get 2 feet of snow and the wind, man, when that wind blows, it comes through your ears, your socks, it doesn't matter.
And that lets you know that you're alive, Jose. When that wind goes through you, you're like, I'm alive today. It's a beautiful thing, Jose. And
oh, heck, when your fingers freeze, you don't feel alive.
Again, Jose, you should have had gloves on. I'm going to let you go. You just weren't prepared. I'm going to just let you go on that. See you, bro.
Okay, guys. You have a good one.
And my fingers wouldn't be cold. I'd have gloves on. Why wouldn't you have gloves on? I don't understand. Alex, good morning.
Good morning.
Heat or the extreme cold? What would you deal with, man?
The heat. I lived in Omaha, Nebraska for about 20 years, and waking up in the morning and waiting for my car to warm up, scraping the ice off my car, and I'm prepared. I got gloves on. The car's warming up. I'm ready. But if you do that every morning in the cold, it gets
I'm gonna tell you something, Alex. I'm gonna see where you're not prepared. What you need to do is have a car that has an automatic starter, and then you start it. So by the time you get in your car, you're nice and cozy, and the windows have already melted. See, again, you're not prepared.
Okay, well, I did for a couple of years have a car with an automatic starter.
All right.
That made it a little bit better.
It made it a little bit better, but like you still have to. Once it's started, it doesn't automatically get that ice off. So you got to go out there and still scrape it. It's not all self-service. And then too, like the whole idea, the visualization I heard you say, Johnny, about like, oh, you know, a snow day, a couple days in. That's great, but that lasts maybe like 1 or 2 days because then the reality sets in. There's still like 2 feet of snow on the ground, and it's still cold, and you're still driving and having to deal with that every single day. So the heat is way better.
Again, Alex, I don't know you, but just in your conversation, I can tell you too, sir, were not prepared. Just not prepared. Just saying.
All right,
Alex.
It doesn't help that you also wake up every morning and realize you're in Nebraska.
I didn't want to hit him with that.
That's got to drain the life out of you in itself.
Christy.
Good morning.
Hey, Christy, the extreme heat or the cold, what would you have?
I would do the cold.
There you go.
I lived in Vegas my whole life.
Yes.
I moved here 9 years ago, and I love Vegas because you get the heat. It's 120. It's dry.
Yes.
This humidity can go to hell.
Yes.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yes.
My husband's whole family though lives in Kansas City, and they talk about the extreme cold, and I'm like, girl, can I come? Can I come live with you for the summer?
That's right. And Christy, you just need to tell them next
but
time.
It does get hot up there too.
Are they still there? Is the family?
They're in
all right. So when it gets cold up there, all you got to do is tell them, hey, listen, I hear you guys griping every year. You know what's going to happen every year. Why aren't you prepared? That's what I'm saying. You know it's going to be cold every year. So you're going to do the same thing you did last year when you froze this year. It makes no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's way easier to warm up. You can't cool yourself down enough in this heat.
He's crazy.
And I don't care if you have an automatic start. This car is not cooling down 115 plus 95% humidity.
I'm with you, Chrissy. We'll see who else is with us. Thank you for calling. Be what they saying over there, man.
XL Mower powered by attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need to check, call Dan Newland. They said you dreaming. You just seeing that TV snow, so you ain't really living
that TV snow.
You in that TV snow. You ain't living for real.
The heat is getting to
in the real snow. But there are some people there that are from like hot. They've been there hot their whole life. They said, "Let me get some of that cold. It's too hot, man."
Like I said, you know what? Maybe about 4 or 5 days up there, I'm like, you know what? I'm going back.
Change my mind.
But right now, that's how I feel. Nerese.
We got Yvonne Diaz. She says, "I'm melting, but I would not go back to New York because of the cold weather."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's New York too. So now you're dealing with cold weather and bad attitudes.
Yeah, right. But that's why they have bad attitudes.
Yeah.
No, for real. And I remember, too, the first time I went to visit New York, there was no snow, but it was freezing. I was like, then what is the point of this weather?
Listen, I remember getting off the plane in New York, and you know where the plane connects with the walkway?
Yeah. You
right
feel
there.
It. Mm-hmm.
Woof, you're like, oh,
yeah.
This is going to be bad.
I feel like that's for people who leave the airport in Florida.
Yeah.
Like that heat hits them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why I feel about cold here. Like, there's no need for cold here because you don't get snow. At least in New York, you have a chance. There's no chance of snow here. It could get 0 degrees here for a week, and it ain't snowing.
It ain't snowing at all.
It's just pissing me off.
All right. Well, listen, those of you who are from up north and here, just welcome. It's going to be this way for at least another 2 weeks, and then it's going to cool down a degree. So,
right. 1 degree.
1 degree. Let's get out of here. It's 9:45. Hey, we got to go, Miss Ray. We just saw you on TV.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right, what you got going on today?
I am hanging out with the kids today. I was gonna take them swimming, but it's supposed to rain, so I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do yet.
Yeah, you might as well just run hot water in the bathtub.
Really?
That's
Same thing.
That's how it feels.
Well, sometimes I have like water balloons, and they can play in the rain with the water
Yeah.
balloons, and
Yeah.
we might just do that.
Some will look at that as bad parenting.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Norris.
We got some meetings going on here, some extra meeting for me afterwards, and then going home, doing some more social media content.
Very good.
Hanging out with my dog, taking it easy today.
All right, and B, how about you?
Not usual. Work, and then some radio shows, and then some meetings, and then that's pretty much it.
All right, then we're going to get to it. Ryan Seacrest, you can take this thing. Have a beautiful day, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Bye, everybody. Y'all listen to my podcast? It's getting to the point where I can't say names, but I want to say names, but I can't say names. But I want to say names someday. There's one part when I get to it that I gotta pretty much 100% leave out. But one day I won't. One day I won't. But for now, I got to. Last night we use it to make the bacon to make with our Gouda bacon apple grilled cheese sandwiches. Who adopted kids? I ain't adopt no kids. Who said I adopted kids? I said I adopted kids? I have a stepson. I can't afford the kids I got. I don't think I said I adopted kids. Johnny adopted his son. Like, legally. I didn't adopt my oldest. I mean, his dad's not around, but. All right, I got work to do. I don't want to, but I got to. I've been trying to kill time, so I ain't got to work, but I got to work because I got meetings to go to. I have a meeting to go to that could definitely be an email. All right. Peace out.